The last few weeks have been a whirlwind of executive orders, diplomatic calls, and global reactions that have laid bare the evolving global power dynamics. On August 6, US President Donald Trump signed a sweeping executive order imposing a 50% tariff on Indian goods, combining a previously announced 25% reciprocal tariff with an additional 25% penalty duty. The reason? India's continued import of discounted Russian oil, which Trump calls a national security threat. Brazil has also been hit with tariffs at 50%, allegedly tied to political instability and the trial of former President Bolsonaro, a far-right leader and close Trump ally. But this is not just about loyalty. Behind the scenes, Brazil had already reignited calls within the BRICS coalition to create a common trade currency, a direct threat to the dominance of the US dollar. Trump responded with fury, declaring on Truth Social that any attempt to replace the mighty US dollar would be met with 100% tariffs. Even though India's tariffs started at 25%, they were soon raised to 50%, matching the penalty originally slapped on Brazil. Both countries, the B and the I of BRICS, now face the same steep rate. This could be a bit more like a preemptive strike against de-dollarization. Ironically, this aggression may be doing exactly what Trump fears, pushing BRICS nations closer together, strengthening their resolve to reduce reliance on the US-led financial system. But this is just one of the arguments, and while plausible, there are further layers to peel back from this. But India's case is more complex and more telling. Since 2022, New Delhi has significantly ramped up its imports of Russian crude oil, driven by discounted prices after Western buyers pulled back post-Ukraine invasion. In the financial year ending March 2025, India had imported Russian oil worth approximately $38 billion, making it world's largest buyer of seaborne Russian crude at around 1.75 million barrels per day. Russian oil now accounts for 35% of India's total crude needs, a vital cushion for a country that is the world's third largest oil importer and its consumer. So clearly, for India, this is not about taking sides, but about securing affordable energy and asserting sovereign decision-making. Of course, Trump's move has triggered a sharp backlash from India. India has called the tariffs unfair, unjustified, and unreasonable. The Ministry of External Affairs emphasizes that India, like any sovereign nation, will protect its foreign policy from coercion. India reminded Washington that both the US and EU continue to trade extensively with Russia, including uranium, fertilizers, and palladium. Trump's trade advisor Peter Navarro has even gone on to recently accuse India of being the Maharaja of tariffs. The US also claims that India is profiting off blood oil. In the middle of all this, what's particularly striking is China's unusually vocal support for India. Despite lingering tensions between the two Asian giants, Chinese ambassador to India Xu Feihong openly backed New Delhi amid Washington's tariff escalation. In a post on X, he warned, "Give the bully an inch and he will take a mile." A clear swipe at the US. Separately, Chinese embassy spokesperson Yu Jing shared a Global Times editorial urging deeper trust and cooperation between India and China, emphasizing that the two Asian giants together account for over a third of world's population and must manage disagreements and promote peace through multilateralism. Simultaneously, Trump is navigating a tense and volatile relationship with China. At the peak of these trade tensions in early 2025, US tariffs to Chinese imports soared to 145%, though subsequent diplomatic efforts led to a temporary reduction to around 30% as part of a 90-day trade truce. This truce, originally set to expire on August 12, has now been extended through late October. The alignment between India and China comes at a pivotal moment. Later this month, Prime Minister Narendra Modi will visit China for the Shanghai Cooperation Summit in Tianjin. We have already talked about what the SCO is in one of our previous videos, the link to which you will find in the description below. This will be Modi's first trip to the country since the deadly 2020 Galwan clash along the Himalayan border. The major visit is also preceded by high-level engagements, including recent trips by India's external affairs and defense ministers to Beijing, marking a cautious but deliberate attempt to reset relations. Behind this recalibration is the broader geopolitical pushback against US overreach. China and India may remain very rivals, but external pressure from Washington, especially in the form of tariffs and threats of secondary sanctions, is nudging them towards a more pragmatic engagement. Meanwhile, India and Brazil, both hit hardest, have come even closer. Modi and Lula da Silva held a long conversation just after these orders, reiterating commitments to multilateralism, expanding trade to $20 billion by 2030, and issuing a united front within the BRICS. Lula has even proposed a BRICS-level response to these US tariffs and plans a state visit to India in 2026 next year. Now coming to BRICS. BRICS has long been dismissed as symbolic but is now gaining relevance again. With Trump attacking the post-World War II economic consensus, regional blocs and alternative financial systems are becoming more active. This reflects the theory of neo-functionalism, where one area of cooperation deepens, others follow. Trade stress is bleeding into this diplomacy and vice versa. The timing of these moves is not accidental. Trump's domestic strategy hinges on America First narrative. That includes aggressive tariffs, immigration crackdowns, and drug import investigations. His administration has launched a Section 232 investigation into pharmaceutical imports, a provision under the US Trade Expansion Act that allows the president to restrict imports if they are deemed a threat to national security. The probe threatens tariffs of up to 250% on generic drugs, a move that directly targets India, which supplies nearly a third of all generic drugs to the US. This is classic election-style posturing, flexing power abroad to win votes back home. India has refused to fall in line, be it on discounted oil imports from Russia, robust defense partnerships with long-standing allies, or its active participation in multipolar platforms like BRICS, firmly asserting its strategic autonomy on the global stage. Morgan Stanley warns that if US tariffs on India persist, India's growth could fall by up to 0.8 percentage points. Moody's cautions that the gap in tariffs compared to other Asia-Pacific nations could hurt India's manufacturing and foreign investment flows. In Washington, voices across political spectrum are expressing concern. From Democrats like Gregory Meeks of the House Foreign Affairs Committee, warning that Trump's tariff moves risk undermining decades of strategic partnership with India, a key Indo-Pacific ally. Meanwhile, Republican figure Nikki Haley also criticized the administration for its double standards, cautioning not to give China a pass and burn a bridge with a strong ally like India. Trump's tariff blitz is more than a trade war. It's a litmus test for the future of international relations, where we see a more united global south. That is all from us today. This is Garima and you are watching the Asian Chronicles.